Hello, everybody, and welcome to another scene in Sept of the Howling Winds. This is a werewolf game set in San Diego, California. Right now, a bunch of things are happening. We've heard a howl over a Bastet challenging a Shadow Lord for Alpha, and then he resigned to let the Fianna Kieran take up the mantle of the challenge. And people were a little stressed out at first, and Cora went to go find Adelheid and ask his opinion on everything. And that's how we're starting.
The Coraline finds it alive, like under punches, and then he like crawls out and turns into Hamid, and like he motions with his hands because probably punches is sleeping. He doesn't want to wake this guy up.
And
And
Corey, meanwhile, just because, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were done.
No, go on, go on.
I was just going to say, she was pretty much sitting like on a log or something. Just like she has a laptop in her lap, and she's just, instead of doing anything on said laptop, she's staring at him. Just staring at this whole situation like, what in the hell?
He like slowly looks and cocks his head to the side towards the second Corey. This is confusing him.
Well, there's Corey and Cora, but
Yeah, it's just similarities also. But he takes a deep breath and says, "Let's go near the Glasswalker."
She'll nod, and she'll hobble over there with her cane.
He will like help uh Coraline as best as he can.
as they come closer, she'll tilt her head, the required, baring of throat for a higher rank coming closer.
His hands is like, yeah, whatever.
Cool. She didn't even stand up. She was still sitting on the damn log. She was just sitting there with this laptop propped on her lap. As he comes closer,
Like,
tilt.
He doesn't like say yeah, whatever, but like what do you see? Like his one side of his mouth is like gets up, as in like there's like a smile. It's not a smile. It's just like like when you say which is like you kind of like uh kind of like push away what they're doing. Like, stop. That kind of face he made to you.
I get it.
Um,
It's fine. Yeah, she'll just sort of nod and put her head back in place in the normal position.
mm-hmm. And then like he sits on the ground.
For the record, I'm kind of imagining if she's sitting on a log with as tall as she is, there's probably like legs that it's got to be awkward because she's like 6'2". So she's just sort of she kind of looks a little bit like a spider with the legs everywhere. But but yeah, she's just kind of watching the two of them.
So as they're talking, a koi wolf comes tumbling out of the umbra and kind of like ass overhead and just kind of lands and like shakes his head and blinks and like sniffs like he's trying to get his bearings and looks at the group.
Cora tilts her head.
Corey will take a hint from that because she knows that that's a Cleathan she's showing submission, so she'll go ahead and do it too.
So he'll shift. He'll melt into his Hamid form and blink and say, "I did not go the way I thought it was going to go, but I survived, so we're good." He'll thumbs up.
Cora will thumbs up as well because she's used to Jesse doing this.
He'll nod at those that are showing submission. Like, you can ease. I ain't that important. Okay.
Yeah.
She'll nod.
Adelheid Raya, I did want to let you know. You seemed stressed earlier, but I think since you were asleep, you didn't hear the Bastet, Cassian, he resigned his challenge.
Wait, that was a Bastet.
She nods.
Seriously? Please tell me you're
Yes,
joking.
I'm not joking.
No, that guy didn't howl, he roared.
I'm so confused right now.
What the? She
And
just
it's
looks so confused.
a lot to confuse me. He'll look at Corey, by the way, and he'll say, I'm Jesse. He'll wave.
I'm assuming you're higher than Cleoth, right?
He'll shrug. Yeah, he'll nod.
Okay. Right. Corey Megabron, Glasswalker, Hamid, Ragabash, Cleoth.
I'm Jesse Steele. I'm a Muhammad of the Octana and a Galliard. I'm known as Man with 1,000 Faces by the people, and I bear the mantle of the many skins.
Oh,
And
right,
I
yeah.
foster animation.
Gotcha. Yes, sorry, I forgot my deed name. Shameless troll.
Oh, yes.
Sorry, forgot my deed.
Whatever. It's cool.
Guys, don't misunderstand me. I'm not someone who just tries to disrespect the guy's creations.
But why are they interrupting into our business?
I think there is a start of understanding where we try to work with each other.
I don't have a problem with them existing. I don't even have a problem with being friends with one if I knew one. I mean, my family's such a weird mixed bag that I can get along with anybody. But why would they think that they can deal with our traditions and our leaders?
I I just like takes a deep breath. I have been raised in a way where I was told most fair are forget their purpose. I start to realize that it's just shit talk. I was also told by some that the Silfangs were meant to be the rulers of Garu Nation.
Not all of them feel that way.
Yeah. I think our mother had her wisdom appointing each to our places. There are lions who can fight with wolf packs very easily. I'm not questioning that guy's might,
No.
but there's nowhere in anywhere wolves are being led by lions. And I know we're not just wolves and not lions. We're human spirits and lions, or they are wolves. We are wolves, spirits, and humans, or they are lions, spirits, and humans at the same time. And I know that. It's just I don't like it.
To be fair, I don't like it either. Jesse will shrug.
Honestly, I was worried. People change causes disrest, and I saw many reactions. I could see many faces holding anger, joy, fear, resentment over what had occurred, and all I could think of was what what happened on my side.
I think I saw Corey wanting to say something. He'll kind of motion over to her.
She just shrugs.
Hmm.
I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts, and they're all kind of forming in my head, and I don't even know what to say. Other than, I mean, I would have challenged that shit. That's not even okay. Having the presumption to do that?
I think that we as a nation have changed much recently, and it's asking too much.
If people wish to forget their past, they can try to delete the Auspice Galliard. Because it's about reminding what it was, what we had, our purpose. There are people who's trying to change so fast, they're forgetting those traditions and why they have been put there. There is a wisdom for those things.
If
And they're
we,
just...
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just adding on to what you said. If we forget our past, we're doomed to repeat it.
He nods. I don't know. I remember when my elders talked about war rage, and they said that there are a bunch of people who were talking shit, and now they're telling me what I know was wrong, what I've been told was wrong. And I don't understand. There's a lot of things I have been told which was wrong in the past. But still, I was not happy with someone challenging a respectful elder
Who isn't
for
one
a,
of us?
that wasn't one of us. How that guy thinks I will be, most of us will be okay with that.
It's complicated because technically he's a member of the Sept. And as Kieran said, the challenge was just. So unfortunately now, the position we're in, we're going to have to decide if it's unprecedented. There is nothing in our law saying that it has to be a Garu that challenges.
Well, then there should be. I have no problem with working with people, but I feel that if it the Bastet should maybe handle their own. Like if they should challenge each other, not us.
Remember your idea of a council.
He'll
I
look at
completely support it.
Nod.
I completely support it. And if that shit can happen, I will put my work behind. I will put whatever I have behind it. That makes sense. The Gaia has put us for, because Gaia has put us in our purpose for a reason. I don't know what is the reason of the Bastet and why Gaia created them. But as far as I know, we were created to be the Gaia's teeth, protect Gaia. I don't think I want to see a lion in the head of a wolf pack. That is unnatural to me.
No, Nod. The Bestetter guy is secret keepers. That much I know.
Also, Jesse, there's nothing in the litany that says you can't kill another Garu. But the second you kill another Garu, there is a bunch of punishment rights. The Garu Nation's only law isn't litany. There are untold, unwritten laws everywhere. Every sept has precedents, different ways of dealing with things. Monars treats each other like family. Gera Ferris, killing things is actually seen as dying honorably. If you stand for something you believe in, if you die for it, it's seen honorably, as you know. I don't know about Uktena. I don't know about Glasswalkers. I don't know about Child of Gaia or others. But there's different laws everywhere. While Litany doesn't stop this, that guy should have known better.
Wasn't his place.
It wasn't his place at all. And I don't mind if he's an elder. I don't mind if it's dishonorable. This is what I believe. You have told me
That's-
what you at the time took punishment for was right for you because you didn't want your son to be live in a place where he would be seen as a different person or a second see, I forget the word because English is my not native language. I
Second class
apologize.
citizen.
Exactly. Second class citizen. I want everybody to live in peace. I don't want to fight with anybody who was created for a purpose by Gaia. I don't think none of us has our mother's wisdom. She put us in our places for a reason. If what you say is true, if they're created for keeping secrets, we don't keep secrets here. We fight with the corruption.
You're right. It wasn't his place.
The real question is, why did he do it? He's not here to defend himself.
That isn't actually my real question. My real question is still why he thought he had the right to do it.
We can speculate that all. I'm sorry, Adigan. We can speculate that all day, but unless we ask him, it's nothing but our own thoughts and projections.
True.
It's the image that we make of him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to start a problem with anybody. I think problems already resolved by Master of Challenges. It's just I was angry for what he did, and I don't want our lupus brothers to feel pushed around. I'm pretty sure Red Talon's already not happy with these changes. I come from a sept where half of my family killed each other over a change. Traditionalist individuals forget their places and didn't want challenges because they didn't see each other as true Garu. And when the worm came in, killed every single individual, including my wife, it was too late. Because those remaining were so few that we didn't understand what the fuck was going on. There's a lot of people who's forgetting their purpose by fighting with each other. I don't want to create infighting by, I don't know, challenging this guy or going near him and saying, what the fuck you doing? But I hope someone will tell him that, hey, it wasn't really your place. Can you not do that again, please?
He'll think.
Because we do not live in a perfect place. We try to create it. And it's not created yet. But even still, even with the idea of the council that you said, Jesse,
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't just be able to, I don't want some different fare that came here and tell me, give orders like Yola Solo. What the fuck? No. I don't know that person. They don't know me. I wouldn't just enter a place and say, like, you don't do your job differently, so I'm just going to give you whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm just going to tell you what to do because you don't do your job right. People challenge us for alpha position because they believe they can be better alpha. I don't even know if lions have alphas or not. I think some of them has packs in Africa. I think there are like lone lions in China. And OOC, when he says alone lions, he doesn't talk about the Pharaoh. He talks about different lion types. He doesn't know anything about Pharaoh, just so everybody knows.
It's out of game. It's fine. He's a Bubasti out of game, by the way. Just so you know. But
if you tell Adelaide he's a Babasti, he will be like, wait, what?
yeah, exactly. For the audience out of game, the character is a Bubasti.
Yeah. Corey doesn't know exactly what he is, but
but out of game, I get you. So yeah, he's listening to Adelheid. He's listening to everything he says. He accepts it. He kind of furrows his brow. I mean, to be honest, this is kind of. I feel like this is one of those things that's over my head. You know what I mean?
And if we decide that, I mean, you could look at everything that our elders do is over our head. Yet no change happens if we don't actually get involved, regardless of rank.
He'll like look at her and he'll do like the point like I hear you.
Hashtag Ragabash.
The change is really important. We are being basically staying where we were for like thousands of years now.
But now the changes have started.
Yes.
Honestly, even thinking about how the spirits would react, I'm certain that Bastet have different spirits they communicate with than Guru. How would Glooskap react to that change?
My demon had told me the spirits are to be protected by the tears of the Garu, so I don't fucking know if spirits can communicate with them. I just don't know a lot of shit.
This is very complicated for me because, and for all of us, because, but I'm going to speak from personal experience right now. I have always been on the forefront of change and growth and of the nation moving forward and setting aside behaviors or habits, traditions we've had in the past that have set us back as a people. That being said, I understand that we still have a way of life. And this, on the one hand, I see a threat to our way of life no matter which direction it goes. We can, because I don't think we can just sit here and do nothing. Like that, I don't see being an option. But if we're not careful going forward, it's a situation where the next statement that we make is either going to set us back or move us forward in a direction we're not ready to go as a people. That's my concern.
Honestly, I think we should all be open to change, but if we throw caution to the wind, that could be the demise for all of us.
When I first came here, I didn't like certain things. But I was told you should trust those who become elders, afros. They didn't become those ranks for no reason. And I think this is true. Nobody becomes elder, afro, Adrian Foster for stupid reasons. They do stuff. They see blood of their enemies in their hands, feel the warm blood. If you're in a rune, if you're Ragabash, you're told to steal stuff. And when you steal things, if someone sees you're stealing, they don't like that you're stealing stuff from them. It is already we're already creatures of anger, passion, and while this change that started is understandable and I believe it's natural, there are many septs and many individuals who are literally closing themselves, fearing, and saying that you're not fighting for Gaia anymore. So imagine the reaction of those people when they hear a Bastet leading a Pharaoh, leading a Garu sept. I'm going to stop right here and say something else. I have always told that by my father, those people who disagrees with me and who doesn't like me because I have a certain point of view is well in their right to not like me. But they need to respect me because I'm a Garu and they are a Garu and we need to work together. So I always try to be an individual who try to bring people to each other. While many septs has this abandonment to the new litany and trying to keep their old traditions, those are our allies, not our enemies. Those individuals are not, except some few crazy individuals, there are allies, like they're not our enemies. So I think that this change is bringing a really good movement while it's breeding new ideas, while we're becoming more close to other shapeshifters, which is, to be honest, first I didn't like it, but then when I think about it more before I sleep at nights, I realize that it's good that you work to save Gaia because we're trying to do this. We have been telling each other we're trying to do this alone. An enemy is too big to fight alone. So I agree with Cora. Things need to be a bit slow because we can't just say we're going to do the change and accept it or remain in the back. Fuck you. Stay in the back. We're just going. No, we can't say that. We need everybody.
Jesse sniffs softly and looks down. They can see he has tears in his eyes.
Cora puts a comforting hand on his shoulder.
My apologies. I didn't mean to hurt you in any way.
No. It's not what you said. It's just, not directly. It's just... It's okay. I'm fine.
What part of my words did something wrong?
No, it's not that it did something wrong. It's just...
Cora squeezes his shoulder a bit.
I'll think for a moment as to how to say this. You talk about the changes of the litany and the things that have happened and the way that our nation is going and the cooperation that has blossomed in these changes. But I also know that there are also those who have died because of these changes.
Cora's head hangs.
Septs that have retaliated by killing Metis. There are septs that have split and gone to war because of these changes. And I don't think that anyone ever really realizes, because I try to be very quiet about it. But I don't think people realize that every one of those deaths matters to me and weighs on my heart.
I think some don't even realize how much change affects others. There can be good, but there's also a lot of negative.
Go on, sir. I thought you were done. My apologies. So I'll see.
And it's when the backlash happens that scares me.
I don't regret what I did or the changes that I helped advent. I think that we are moving into a renaissance as a people, and I am privileged to have been a part of them. But change does not come without cost. And I just hope that our elders and Snake in the Grass realizes that. And he'll wipe his eyes and just go quiet.
Adelheid nods, and he says, as I have said, my family killed each other over these changes. I know I was trying to save Coraline and yourself when you entered that get a Ferricept. That's why I actually specifically try to state except few. Because those who try to kill Medicis are forgetting the Medicis can be educated to fight against Gaia. Those who calls Medicis corrupt are
What's
nothing but
bullshit?
stupids.
No, that's bullshit. That's what
Yes. Nothing but idiots who can't see over their crazy ideology. Those who tries to fight among each other over these ideologies and stop respecting, I think needs to be put down or make example of. Just like I did to the Iron Fist. He may be an Afro. He was an Afro. It didn't matter. He was a Getaferis. It didn't matter. He killed our people and he died. I try to ask him and say what he was trying to do. I try to find a symbol, a sign where he could have just paid for what he had done and try to die against a worm or our corruption. But no. So I agree, and it weights my heart as well. There are many people who died because of this change, and all of them could have died fighting with our enemies.
I'm not gonna lie. Jesse actually just starts crying, like softly. He's not like openly weeping or sobbing or anything like that, but he just bows his head and cries. And he'll get it out for about a good 30 seconds, and he'll just wipe his eyes and just look away.
Corey looks a little bit awkward at that. Like, she doesn't like do anything about it. She just looks all kinds of awkward. The socials are not her strong suit.
Adelheid voice it trembles.
You can tell Cora is really trying to hold back from crying. Like, this is a very sore subject for her.
Jesse will look at Corey, because he's Galliard and needs to do his fucking duty. And he'll say, I'm the one who challenged the litany and who he'll shake his head because he really doesn't know how to word it. Voiced that things needed to change and began the movement. My daughter was in love with another Shgaru herself. And he died because they couldn't be together. And I told her not to be with him. I said, they'll tear you apart. The way we treat those that lay with each other in our nation, if you have a child, it'll never know a decent life. And he chose to die in combat, sacrificing himself to the one.
She nods.
Then I got to know a young man named Bailey. who I see as a son, Metis, hearing his struggle and what he went through. Then my husband and I, we knew a woman, Dazzles Young, and we wanted to have a child. So we asked her if she'd surrogate for us. Her and Nick made choices, Nick's kinfolk, to carry this out. But it occurred to me, why couldn't Dazzles and I have a child together? Because it would be Metis. And then it occurred to me how twisted that was. And what we were doing to our own people, treating them like second-class citizens. For what? Because why? How is that? Gaia is a being of love, light, life. He shakes his head. I couldn't do it anymore. So I challenged the laws. And there are some who would say I won, but I don't consider it. I don't consider it victory, just progress.
My mom's a Galliard too. And she's told me a story. Told all of us kids a story about this Metis she knew. That she gave a complimentary deed name to. Because he was a Black Fury Metis. And when he barely passed his rite of passage. But it was his love for Gaia that the fact that he was very, very sure, his certainty that Gaia loved him, that made him choose not to dance the spiral. I've never had anything against Metis's. In fact, my mother would have had a huge fit if I had. So, I mean, it's good that I admire the fact that you did it. I was barely a cub. I couldn't do shit about nothing. But you weren't alone in how you felt, or the nation would not have changed.
No. And I never, ever assumed that I was. God, no. And that's...
Jesse, I knew since I came on to Sept that you were the one who changed the litany. But I don't see any of us that died on that Sept to be your fault. You didn't make that choice.
First off, I didn't change the litany.
You just helped.
I just raised my voice, that's all.
They chose to disobey the High King's orders.
I don't blame myself for those deaths. I just carry them with me, that's all. I remember them, and I use it to temper my actions. Remember that no change comes free. That's all.
She nods.
I just, hearing Adelheide's words, just kind of look at Adelheid and shrug. Like, it just made me think, that's all.
And
Kind of
you
like
know,
looks like in the photo at the moment.
she smiles at both of them. It's kind of a sad smile, but I'll never forget any of them. But you saved one person.
Huh?
And I'll be strong for all of them.
I'll smile. He's just very quiet. He smiles at her and he's just quiet.
Adelaide nods at everybody. I need to go near my mentor. It was a nice talk, everybody.
When's that dinner going to be?
Let me ask my mother.
Okay.
Check the name of the Pokemon who leads the gym. You will get the time from there.
Well, I'll do that before I beat it again.
Did you just say Pokemon?
Yes, he did.
Jesse looks up.
Let's just say that the Pokemon gym near here has kind of been changing hands a few times every couple of days.
What team are you?
Valor.
Mystic.
Oh, I'm bringing my Charizard to the yard.
See you
Oh,
guys
high
later.
five, his fellow Valor member.
Are you? Yeah, you know what? You guys can team up all you want. In the end, I'm still gonna win.
You know
Cora
what?
blinks.
My opponent. That's fine.
Cora blinks, and then she looks over at Corey, and she says, "Was it bad that I joined Mystic? Because you told me to join Mystic."
No, I'm Mystic too. You're stuck with me now.
See you guys later. As Adelheid shifts into Lupus and runs.
Okay. Do we want to end it here, or do we want to do something else?
I can keep going, but
Okay.
Yeah, she'll watch him go for a second. Just shake her head. I should mention, by the way, because I totally forgot to mention this, she is wearing the leather jacket in the picture. If you've at any point seen the back of it, it actually has "Unconquerable" written across it.
nice.
Yeah, it's a long story, but anyway, you can find that in character if you ever do. But yeah, it's actually a men's jacket. If you can tell anything about by cuts of the jacket or whatever, it's a men's jacket.
I mean, Jesse can. Trust me.
Well, there you go then. She's wearing a men's leather jacket with "Unconquerable" across the back. It's gaudy.
Oh God, yes. Oh Lord.
But she's 6'2", so she can at least carry off the men's jacket. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah. So and she'll just kind of look down at her laptop and sigh, looking at it. This is not the easiest place to write a paper. Especially when people are constantly challenging my Pokemon.
I'm sorry.
We decided that's how we're going to do challenges from now on.
You know what? I am not opposed to that.
I really need to. She just looks at her phone, and then she kind of links up at them, and she says, "I think I'm at a handicap. I can't move as fast as you guys."
Well, then you just... Not necessarily. You just got to find a place that has all the Pokemon you need. And lots of them so you can level up.
She nods.
We'll take you on gym raids. I don't care if you're Mystic. We're all friends.
I leveled up my Dratini to Dragonair. Is that good?
Yes.
Yes. That's very
Yes.
good. More water.
My Oddish is still going to kick your ass, though.
She nods.
Okay. Funny. Whatever. My magic carpet is shiny.
She looks and then she's
God
like,
damn it.
well, I think I have to build up to Dragonite then.
Just hold up.
Actually, what I have is a big collection of. I have a big collection of Oddishes, but I'm having trouble, like using them to level up, my Vileplume. That's the issue here.
The Oddish army sounds like something that would come out of Brooklyn.
I keep getting ridiculous amounts of Magikarp around here. Is it because we're near a lake?
Yeah.
She just blinks, by the way, when you say when you say Brooklyn, and she just kind of squints for a second, and she's like, "My mom and dad met in New York, I guess, but not Brooklyn."
What part?
Well, I don't know where they actually met, but they used to have a place in Queens.
I've never been to New York City, but me and my packmate want to go soon. We want to hit Fifth Avenue, go shopping.
I've been there a few times. Except that the green is interesting, but
I can imagine.
not home. Well, that's where they met. That's where. Well, Dad has never been in there, but Mom certainly has.
More's home for you.
Sept of the Sentinel, Northern New York.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's a get a Fenris Sept. Except that the current alpha is actually a child of Gaia and the beta is a Black Fury. But, there's a lot of get a Fenris.
Oh, shrug, like, and there you go. I'm from the Sept of the Unbroken Accord. It's a sept in South Florida, the Catena and Geta Fenris. So it's been interesting.
I could tell you where I'm from, but you already know. She smiles weakly.
Still can't remember. He'll just shake his head. Still a blank spot. It's just one big. We'll start braiding Cora's hair. Like,
She lets him.
She's looking at that a little weirdly, too. Like, I started to feel like a hippie camp with people braiding each other's hair.
I'll tilt his head. What?
Is that what we do here? I mean, I know we're in California, but is that what we do here?
I just assumed it was normal.
I like keeping my hands busy.
You have long enough hair to braid your own.
That's just lonely. It's like eating this. It's like eating a Stouffer's over the sink.
I mean, that seems a really, really weird comparison.
I'm a really, really, really weird guy. Girl, thing, whatever. He'll shake his head.
Okay.
I told you, I'm the miniskins. Guy, girl, they'll shrug. There comes a point where it just doesn't matter.
Oh, you can be whatever gender you want to be. I don't care. I'm just confused.
Because I'm braiding her hair.
No, because you don't seem to identify as anything.
Oh, no. No. I'm so glad you picked that up, darling.
Caroline smiles. Coraline smiles, and she's like, "He sexually identifies as a coyote, or that's what I would think."
That's
She laughs.
Oh, gender non-conforming. It's not complicated.
Fair enough. You be.
I mean, like, just shrug when you can literally change into whoever you please. Just kind of just waggles his hands. I
Seems like an ability a lot of people might want to have.
think there's ways to do it. I'm not sure. I learned how to do it from Coyote.
I know of a gift that allows someone to become the opposite gender of what they are.
I can do that too, but I gotta smack you upside your head. Lightly hit Cora upside the head. Not do it to her. Just knock her upside the head softly.
She'd look like Theo. Stop.
God, he's such a
I was just referring to a fury gift, that's all.
I know the gift you're talking about. I've seen it used before.
Yeah,
Chuckle.
me too. Totally seen my mom use it. It's really confusing when you're a kid.
Oh boy. That's okay. I'll just okay.
What? She might happen to be the Black Fury I mentioned as the beta of the sept.
Oh, I see now. Okay. There's a is he I'm trying to remember. I think he'll tug Coraline's hair gently. And he's like, what is he going by now? Libby. Libby's a Black Fury, right?
Yes. Yes, he is.
My old packmate's a Black Fury too. I don't know if you've met her. Her name is Gabby. Libby, Gabby. Why do I have names?
Oh, I know Gabby.
I know you know Gabby.
I've heard Gabby mentioned. She's the Wormfoe, right?
Mm-hmm. We used to run in a pack together. But
Gotcha.
like way back.
No, I haven't met her yet. I've heard the name a couple of times now, though.
You know, I've never met any of the others in your pack, yet you asked me to join. She narrows her eyes at Jesse.
Okay, you know what? Hush. One of them was off playing with fairies, and the other one is off being drunk. Okay? It's not my fault.
Playing with fairies and drunk. Isn't that pretty much the same thing?
I like you. You got spice.
I can say it since my dad's a troll.
One of my packmates' dad is a she, and the other one is just a lush.
She cringes. Would you say she?
Why?
Like,
What?
it's not
What?
a bad cringe, but it's just kind of like, you know, that look.
My husband's a she. Why? Look at her like, why?
I know one.
Just one.
That's all I need.
Oh, my husband's a she.
I was told my uncle is a she.
I can be a she, but not like that.
I still don't understand these fairies.
Listen, you are not.
I grew up with them.
Ah, I see. Were they?
Well, kinda. We were kind of on the outskirts. My dad's a troll. My mom's a fury, and me and my other brothers and sister kind of were in the middle of all this because he would bring his friends and she would bring her friends. And it just got even weirder when we realized we could see what the hell they're talking about. My dad is huge. And weirder when my mom finally realized that she could see.
Oh my. I can see how that would be a very interesting way to come up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she like holds her arm like way up high, and she's 6'2", so she's making the point that he's like really her dad had the huge size merit.
You remember the warder? I mean, like we just saw him like 2 seconds ago. I'm sure you remember him. He's my husband's father, And when he's in Hamid, he is, and he'll put his hand up like she did, so big. And my husband is about like 6'4", and he'll put his pinky up and about this big around. But he can tell you across.
She's going to close her laptop and stand up and just look down and just be like, "You mean like this?"
Ah! Like that.
He's only a couple inches taller than me. You have no idea how hard it is to find pants.
I probably have them in my closet. Not gonna lie, I have several pairs of bespoke pants that fit my 6 foot tall frame as a man that are female.
Well, if you ever want to get rid of them, let me know.
No, girl, I'm gonna clean out my closet next week. You getting presents? Sorry, out again. My Jessie Queen.
She just kind of looks. She's like, "Okay." She has this look of like, "Yeah, whatever," on her face.
Oh God, my character's wardrobe. Oh God, about to grow. He'll look down at Cora. They didn't try to take you to Walmart, did they?
She looks away.
No, why? Whap her on the head with the brush. What? Tell me.
Well, we set up a we set up a white gift basket for Eli by shopping in Walmart with Dazzles and Alexi.
The look on Jesse's face. He blinks. Come again?
A white trash gift basket.
You
She
got
smiles.
a white gift basket.
She nods.
What did you put in it?
Well, there was this pink shirt that I found that had a big cross. And then she describes that shirt because I can't think of what's on the shirt, but that epic shirt that she found.
Blinks.
We found camo toilet paper. We put sunblock and aloe because why not?
Tell me you packed it all into one of them coolers you take to the beach.
We did.
You did not.
We did.
You backwards bitch. He just shakes his head at her.
He loved it.
Oh my God, of course he did. Anyway. You need Jesus.
I heard somebody already had Jesus. I think his name was Jesus.
He reaches around and covers her mouth and pulls her to his chest. Like, you hush now, child. He runs his fingers through her hair like you just go to sleep. Why did I say you? Kiss the top of her head. So yeah, he'll just look up at Corey and smile. Pardon her.
She's actually, by this point, kind of realized that you guys are in your own little world, and she's gone back to typing her paper.
What is your paper about?
I'm a freshman. It's U.S. history.
No. What part?
The beginning.
My beginning or your beginning? These are two separate things.
Yes.
Thank you.
She nods with a little bit of a smirk.
Don't let go of Coraline's head.
She's just smiling.
Ladies, I do have to go. I have to go do that thing I do.
You have to be a dim parent? She's
That thing.
raises
He'll
an
point.
eyebrow.
That one. That one. I gotta go see my cubbies.
Well, at least you know someone gave you a better excuse than the one you already had, Raya.
What was that?
You had
She
no
shakes her
excuse.
head.
That's my point.
Oh,
You could have just said, I gotta go,
not
and
me.
not. It's fine. Have fun.
He'll nod.
Enjoy, Jesus.
Why do you do this to me? He'll shake his head. Why are you like this?
She just smiles
Wiggle her face.
and she just looks over to Corey.
There's click, 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 click. You can hear her as she's typing.
He'll tap her nose.
Do you mean Corey's?
No, my God, no.
Because that might be awkward. That might be all kinds of awkward.
He is good to stay on this side of awkward, not the other side of awkward. So he'll tap Cora's nose and say, I will try to wrangle up the Lush and the Pixie, and we can meet later, okay?
Okay, so we can have the Lush, the Pixie, the Gimp, and the Coyote all meet up.
Yourself that, not me. Just walk off.
Bye.
And she's smiling with Corey in front of her.
Who is in her own little world now, unless you say something to her. She's not even looking your direction anymore.
She looks at the laptop. She's like, I really don't understand how any of that technology works. She calls it that technology.
That will give her a moment's pause as her fingers literally pause over the keys. Okay. If you're really going to consider going to school, then you might want to think about learning that.
She nods.
See if you can arrange a laptop.
I might be able to ask Papa.
They're not hard to figure out once you start looking.
I'm afraid I'll touch it and it'll short circuit or something. I think that's the term.
Do you have some kind of weird electrical spirit that's connected to you?
No,
Are you going to dip it in water?
they're not waterproof?
No.
Okay.
Right. Your phone isn't either, by the way. Don't dip it in water either.
Okay. So I can't go dipping in the water in my clothes. Okay.
I mean, are you waterproof?
Sometimes I like splashing in the water. It's nice. I enjoy nature.
Leave the phone on the shore somewhere where it's safe.
She nods. So, could I watch you for a bit so I can sort of understand?
She's going to look at you and ponder this for a second. 5 minutes. Because any more than that is so awkward.
She nods. I'll be quiet.
I'll still know you're there.
I know.
Okay.
And do we want to end the scene there? She watches her for a little bit and then leaves.
She types, flips from one page to another page to get, whatever information, and then retypes it in her own words over here, etc., etc. Yes.
And then she's just like, and by the way, you've been here longer than 5 minutes. Please leave. Please leave.
Yeah, so she'll probably set a timer on her phone, which will start beeping, and she'll be like, "Go away now."
Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was a scene in the Sept of the Howling Winds. Good day and bye.